This is Team USA at the 2023 FCI Mondioring World Cup. The dog is Carter, handled by Jordan Hill. The first exercise is food refusal. Unfortunately, the view of this exercise is obstructed, but the food item is a piece of hot dog on a string which is pulled down so that it falls from the table. And they got full points for this exercise. Next exercise is the change of positions. The initial position is a stand. The dog tried to follow the handler there and forged forward, so he will be penalized points for that. There's a basket of fruit next to the handler, and he's supposed to pick up a piece of fruit before giving each position command. And after each command, he's meant to put the fruit in the other basket and pick up a new one. I believe this exercise is to test whether the dog understands the words or if the dog just follows the body cues from the handler. It's hard to give off any body cues if you're required to perform specific gestures. For the last part here, the dog will be asked to sustain the stand position to see if it doesn't anticipate what the next position will be. And the exercise ends with a recall. So only 2 points lost in this exercise for forging. Next exercise is the scent discrimination. So besides the usual scent discrimination part, this exercise has an added difficulty of being inside a tent, so the dog must find the entrance first before he can do the scent discrimination exercise. Not a problem for this dog, and he will only lose 1 point for chewing. Next exercise is the send away. So unfortunately, you can only give 2 commands and the dog did not go, so it's going to be a 0. Next exercise is the retrieve. And the retrieve item is a large plastic vase. You're also meant to throw it over those 3 stumps, which adds another element of difficulty. So 1 point for chewing and another point for dropping the object. 10 over 12. And the next exercise is healing. The judge identified 1 fault in that healing pattern, so that's half a point penalty. Next exercise is the absence of handler. The distraction is a small bell that's launched automatically by a spring. Full points for this exercise. No footage for the palisade, unfortunately, but it was 3 refusals, so 0 out of 15. Next is the long jump, first attempt. The handler has requested to start at 3 meters, then he will increase the length if successful in this one. This is the second attempt, this time at 3.5 meters. Not in this video, but there was a refusal to jump at 3 meters, which would have incurred a 4-point penalty. And then because it's not a maximum length, so that's another 4-point penalty, then the judge gave the handler a 1-point GA. Then we have the hurdle at 1.1. So again, this isn't the maximum height, which means there's a 4-point penalty automatically, even if the jump is successful. There was a light touch on the forward jump for 1 point and 4 points for not jumping the maximum height, 15 out of 20. The next exercise is the defense of handler. This is a long scenario and I've made a separate video explaining the difficulties of the scenario if you want to watch that. And note that the hit is going to come from behind immediately after the handshake by Francois, the decoy in white. So that would be 1 point for being slow to bite after the aggression, and then another point for changing the location of the bite. Next exercise is the accessories. So there's a slight delay in the entry, which would incur a penalty. So just the 1 second delay in bite for 3 points, 47 out of 50. The next exercise is the search and escort. The handler and dog are now coming back into the field. They had to leave the field while the decoy went into his hiding spot, and now they're coming back to start the exercise. Dog has found the area where the decoy is hiding, but there are 4 entrances and only 1 will lead to the decoy. I've made a separate video explaining the configuration of this hide if you want to watch that. The dog has found the right entrance. The handler asks the decoy to step out and the escort can begin. Unfortunately, the obstacle, which is 2 large tires, is behind the hide, so we won't be able to see the first escape. "15 meters escaped in the first attempt." No meters escaped in the second attempt. And 8 meters for the third attempt. "23 meters escaped in total, so 23-point penalty, 17 out of 40 for this exercise. Next exercise is the face with stick over obstacle. The obstacle is a hay bale. It has a hose running on top with holes which forms a fountain when the water is turned on, so the dog has to jump through that. That was a good entry. And the recall is also good, so this will be a full point exercise, 50 out of 50. So next is the first set of the flea stop exercises. Only the judge knows if this is a flea or a stop, not even the decoy knows. The green flag has been raised, so this is a go. Full points. Since the last one was a go, then this is going to be a stop. The handler called the dog when he was 4 meters away from the decoy, which means it's going to be a 2-point penalty, 1 point per meter. You need to call the dog off at 2 meters in order to get the full points. The last exercise is the object guard. The object is a modified basket with a squeaky toy underneath, which squeaks whenever the dog steps on the basket. I also made a video explaining the build up to this exercise if you want to watch that. First pass is good. The dog engaged the decoy before he entered the 2-meter circle, so it's a 5-point penalty. The accessory used in this trial is a garden hose used to spray water on the dog. And the third pass is also okay. So 25 out of 30 for the object guard exercise. And this team scored 316 out of 400.